Okay, so it appears that I forgot to turn on the movie maker in class the other day, so we don't have an actual exact review of the class. But I wanted to I wanted to have something to reinforce what we were talking about because the class seems so short. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to kind of combine the idea of the technique of discarding losers on winners and in the dummy and roughing losers in the shorthand and also counting losers to begin with. I'm going to just kind of wrap them up, and I'm just going to do, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes here, and of hands. Some of them may be the hands that we did in class. Um, they may not be. I'm not sure. But we are recording. I have a voice, so everything looks good. So let's just run through some. Here, let's see. I could probably do this since you're not in the kib box. I will let you see what I'm saying. And we'll even do some bidding. It'll be fun. We'll just run some hands here and see how it goes. All right, so I have 7, 8 for 12 points. I have boy, the suit gets that long, I don't count how many are in the suit. I count how many are not in the suit. And here we have 6 that are not hearts, so therefore we must have 7 hearts. And they're good ones too, missing just the queen 10. And then it's a sequence all the way down from 9. So really excellent suit. If my partner has 1 or 2, we probably don't have any heart losers, which means I have a 5 loser hand, maybe a 6 loser hand at top. So this is a better hand than 7, 8, 12. A lot better hand than 12 points. All right, a lot better hand. So we'll talk about evaluation later on, and you'll find out that I'm not. I encourage you to learn any evaluation system you want, but I will tell you I count 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I look at things like, well, how good is this hand? I don't like say, okay, and I get 3 points for this singlet or anything like that. I go, hey, I got a stiff. That's 1 loser. That's pretty good. If depending on what's going on in the spade suit around the table, this could be excellent. So let's see what we got here. 1 heart. I get a response with 1 spade, and like I said, this is a really good hand, and I'm tempted here to bid 3 hearts. So tempted that I, in fact, will do it. And I get 4 diamonds. Still not sold on my heart suit, it looks like. He's got spades and diamonds. If he's got, honors and spades, and diamonds, then he's covering a couple losers there for me. So, I really like my hand. Not sure how to. He wouldn't be bidding at the 4 level without a strong hand. He just wouldn't be. So, 4 hearts is just such an undersell. All right, he's going for it. Okay. 4 hearts, and I've got, this is a key card ask. Key cards, if you're not playing them, it's a form of Blackwood in which you add a 5th card, which is the King of Trump. And yes, this is a fine Kentucky bourbon. So yeah. So hearts are trump, so I have the ace, the king, and the ace. So what I want to tell them is I have 3 key cards, okay? Essentially like having 3 aces, except the king of hearts is counted as one of the key cards. And this system that the robots play, by answering 5 clubs, I'm telling them I'm 0 key cards or I have 3 key cards. Now when he bids 5 diamonds, he's asking for the queen of hearts. So do I have the queen of trump? And I do not. God, he's going to bid 6 hearts anyway. So he had a good hand. He went looking for a grand slam when he asked for the queen. And we stop in 6. And I have a little glitch here. Let's see, I'm going to have to get in this seat and do an undo. Get back out. I'm trying not to look at the hand. Not looking at the hand. Oh, I gotta get this guy out of here too. Okay, there. Didn't see anything. All right, so we're in 6 hearts. Not sure if we did this one. This one's looks straightforward as I look at it. First of all, in addition to my 7 trump, he has 2 more, so we have 9. 9 trump, they have 4. So if they split 2-2, or if the queen falls during the first 2 tricks, then we will get, we'll have no heart losers. But there's one loser there, right? There's one potential loser, which it could be queen third. We got some hopes that we're going to drop it with the ace king. We'll play the ace of hearts first, though. Do you see why? Because if we play the ace of hearts and West shows out in hearts, then we can go back, and since we have the jack 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, a sequence with king on top of it, we'll be able to squeeze queen third out of east with a finesse. True? Yeah. Yeah, one will go into the ace. He'll have 3 left. Yeah, we still might have a problem. If it's 4-0, if it's 3-1, we should be okay. In spades, we have no losers, right? The number of losers you can have in a long hand is limited to the number of cards you have, right? I have 1 spade. I can only have 1 possible loser in spades, but here it's covered by the ace. So no losers in spades. As I hoped during the auction, I have the ace king of diamonds to cover these 2 losers. So no diamond losers. And then I have 2 club losers. Now notice I'm counting these as losers right now because I haven't moved to the next stage here, which is to figure out a plan for this hand, how to get rid of those clubs. But I've done this counting now, and I realize I have 1 potential heart loser, and I have 2 club losers. And I have to ask myself, how do I get rid of these club losers? There are 2 primary ways to get rid of losers, right? First one is to, and no real priority here. One of them is to take my losers in my hand and ruff them with trump that are in the dummy, right? And you need 2 conditions for this to happen. I have to have a short suit. I have to have a void, right, in the suit, in the shorthand, right? North here has to be out of clubs for me to ruff a club, right? But if I can get to that condition, I still need to have trump in the dummy, right? So here, on this situation, if my plan is to get rid of my 2 club losers by playing the ace of clubs and then ruffing 2 clubs, right, then the issue here is, well, can I pull trump first, right? And the answer is, of course not. If I pull trump first, remember I have 3 potential losers, 2 club losers and the queen of hearts. So I'm going to lead over here. And lead back over here. Rough one. Got to get back to my hand, right? I think probably if we'll just try to hope that the spades aren't wildly split. And I am going to ruff with my jack of hearts. But I didn't need to worry. Okay. Now I can go back over one more time. Now this, we're pushing it here, right? There's always a chance of getting over roughed. But you know what? If I lose the queen, I did lose the queen. So that was my 1 heart loser that I was potential, right? I had to risk getting back to my hand to try to pull trump, and I had to get rid of those club losers first, right? So this was unfortunate that I couldn't get back to my hand. I didn't like the idea of playing the ace king of diamonds and then hoping that their diamonds were split 3-3. That seemed more unlikely than being able to get through 2 rounds of spades. But in any event, he now leads a trump. And since they both follow, this will clear them out. All right, maybe. One more for stragglers, and now I get the 2 of diamonds over the ace and the king. So this was really a simple hand. They come up all the time, and all it requires you to do is to identify your losers and then figure out a way to get rid of them. Let's try another one. Computer's working so slow today. I've been working since about 7:30 this morning, and maybe the computer is as tired as I am and does not have a fine contempt bourbon. All right. So this time I have 9 points in spades, 13 with the ace of hearts, and 16 with the king of clubs. How good a hand is this? Right? I mean, so we've identified, well, forgot already, 9 and 4 is 13, 16 points. We have 16 high card points, so it's an invitational hand. How good of an invitational hand? Well, spades are fabulous, right? Missing the jack, but having the top 4, having an extra one, a 6-card suit. We're 6-3, 1-3, right? 3 hearts, 1 diamond, 3 clubs. The king of clubs is entirely dependent on what my partner holds. If my partner has the queen jack of clubs, then I have a really good suit. If he has the ace of clubs, then ace queen of clubs, it's a really good suit, right? We don't know this right now. So the king of clubs has some value, right? It's worth basically a half a trick, right? If my partner has 3 small, then all that matters is who has the ace of clubs. If West has the ace of clubs, my king is worthless. We talked about that in the first week. We'll always and always go back to that, right? If I get to play that king of clubs after the hand with the ace, then it's good. If I have to play it before the hand with the ace, then it's not worth a thing. Right? And then of course we have 1 diamond, so 1 loser. So this is a nice hand, right? We potentially depending on my partner, we can be in really good shape. So I'll bid a spade to start though. Playing a system called 2/1. If you're just starting to work on your bidding and you have a partner who says, maybe we should be playing 2/1, answer yes, absolutely right away. It's a far simpler system than standard American. Right now we have a game force in place. There's been 2 bids and I know we're going to game. My partner has at least an opening hand. He also, because he bid hearts, has 5. So I'm wondering if I should move over to the north seat here because I don't want the robot to play. I'm going to move over there because I have 3. So South is going to support that heart bid, right? Because the 2 hearts promises 5. I have 5, and that means South is going to show that there's support. So I won't look any. I'm going to try to forget just how perfect that South hand was, and bid without thinking about the fact that he had all those solid spades and a stiff diamond. So right bid here is to show a control bid. We know we're going to game, and we've saved ourselves a level and 2 to show where we have strengths. I'm going to show that I have, let's make sure the robot will the robot likes us to play our controls just as aces here. So I'm going to show the ace of clubs. Denies the ace of spades. Now he jumps to 5 clubs. He must have the king of clubs. Since I've shown the ace, he's showing the king. So we now know that the clubs are pretty solid. And I can show the 5 of diamonds. I'll show the ace of diamonds here. He bids 5 spades. So he has the aces. Oh, this is right. I forgot all the facts. I was good at forgetting. He has those solid spades. So he's showing me the ace of spades. Oddly enough, he's saying he's denying the ace of spades, but whatever. So obviously we're going to go to 6 hearts here. Let's see what happens. All right, so looking at the heart suit first, I can see that we've got an 8. We're missing the king. Now, if the king is in east, we might pick it off. We might be able to finesse it, but it's still a loser. And we will count. We're not going to worry about disasters, but they could be 4-1. Is there a possibility of me losing the 9 as well? I think theoretically there is, but I don't think there's any chance in hell I will. Just it'll have to be a freaky situation where West is holding king 9 5th or something. I'm just not willing to count that. So I'm going to say we have 1 heart loser. I have no spade losers, right? I have the 8 of spades, and it's going to be covered by the ace. Then I have the ace of diamonds, and I have 2 diamond losers, right? So I have to deal with those. We might have an idea already of what to do with them, but I have to deal with them. So I have 2 diamond losers, 1 possible heart loser. I have 3 tricks in clubs, which means I have a club loser as well. So I have to, in the play of this hand, I can only lose 1. Right? I have to get rid of a club loser, 2 diamond losers, heart losers, that's 4. Somehow I have to have a plan that allows me to get rid of those 3 losers. So what could they be? Well, first of all, look at that ace, king, queen up there. Right? We've got 7 spades. They have 6. Right? And if I once I play the 8 of spades up to the ace, or play the ace of spades and throw the king, then I'll have like the king, queen of spades here, where they're winners. Those are winners. I can pitch losers from my hand on the king, queen. For instance, I could play the ace of diamonds, and then I could throw the king at the 7 and the 5 under the king. I don't even have to play the ace of diamonds first, right? I can just play the 7 and 5 of diamonds under the king and queen. Or I could throw the 6 of clubs underneath it, right? And then I would have no club losers. So that's one plan that I got. Do you see another one? Well, look at the diamond suit. Notice that when I'm pitching losers from my hand on winners in the dummy, I have a longer suit in the dummy than I have in my hand. And when I'm roughing losers from my hand, I have a shorter hand in the dummy. So spades, I would be pitching losers on spades. Diamonds, I would be roughing diamonds. Right, well, my inclination here is to rough the diamonds. It's a short suit. I can do it very quickly. There's literally no chance that that they're going to rough in on that. I will always have the ace, king, ace, king, queen of spades to pitch on. I'm going to need to have an entry, and for that reason, I'm going to win this hand, this card, in my hand. That saves me the ace, one spade entry, gives me the ace of hearts entry, gives me the king of clubs entry. Very good chance I'm not going to have the ace of hearts entry because I'm probably going to want to pull trump before I start pitching on the spades. So I'm going to leave that king of clubs there. Now, this is a finesse, right, in hearts. It's possible we don't have a loser in hearts. We're really not getting rid of it. What we're going to be doing is essentially winning with a loser. Our queen of hearts was a loser, but now it's going to become a winner if East has the king of hearts. Let's see what happens. He does have the king of hearts, so I no longer have a loser there. Let's see, do I? Now this is the chance I told you. Is there a chance I can lose the 9? Let's see, I got the Jack, 10, 8, 7. No. Yeah, I mean, let's see, it would have to be king 4th. So I think I'll go ahead. Do I want to, well, first of all, do I want to rough these diamonds? Yes. Let's do it right now. It's probably risky me to not do this very first, because if I'd lost that finesse, there's a really good chance that they would have played a trump, right? And just to shorten the trumps in the south, they may say, "Oh, he might want to rough diamonds. We better lead trumps so that and we get rid of his trumps." So that was probably a risky play by me. So I got another risky play here. So I got to come back to my hand. So let's see. We have one club loser. We have a diamond loser. So there's 2 losers. I can give, and I have 2 spades to pitch on. So I think that I can just throw those losers on here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull trump, hoping that we see the 9 of hearts show up. We didn't. And let's see if it's going to show up here. No. So is the 9 of hearts gone? I can't remember. I think I may have already seen it go. So anyways, I can't risk it though, right? Because if I play if they're going to win the 9 of hearts, I can't let them win the diamonds. So this is really risky, but I'm going to have to go up and try to pitch a couple spades. I think I probably screwed this hand up though. I wasn't watching. There's a 9 of spades. It's not a good sign. Queen of spades. And he's out. So I'll pitch that. Okay. So they haven't lost any yet. The only potential card I could lose is the 9 of hearts, which you guys may have kept track of, but I seem to have forgotten whether it's out or not yet. But I'll come back here. I'll just keep leading these. If somebody roughs the club, it'll be with the 9 of hearts. There it is. I hadn't forgot. I was right. I hadn't seen it. So I lose the 9 of hearts and win the rest. See? So what we did was we accounted for our losers. We counted it off, and then we used, just using a simple technique, right, to try to get rid of one. So this one we pitched. We did use both of them, right? We roughed 2 diamonds, and then we pitched other losers on winners in the dummy. So we actually used both techniques. Well, there are other techniques, and we'll talk about them someday. But my point is here is when you're trying to get better, when you're trying to be moving from a beginner to intermediate, you better master these two basic techniques and the finesse, because they're the ones that are going to get you to the next level. They are going to make you into the bridge to a partner that people want to have. Let's do another. No, not this one. This one is an east. All right, try this one now. Okay, so partner opens, one no trump, which is 15 to 17. We have 6, 12, 14, 15. So we know we're in 6, 12, 14, 15. We know we're in slam territory now. We just don't know where it is. Based on my hand, it looks like it could be in either spades or diamonds. We're at 31 points or so, 16 I'm taking for him, right? He could be 15 to 17. Might as well say 16 and know that it could be 1 either way. Plus my 6, 12, 15, we're at 31 points. So I think that if we're going to have a slam, it's likely to be in a suit contract. When you've got a no trump, 6 no trump, generally they are based on either a really long running suit or on sheer power, right? Just brute force of having 33, 34, 35, 36 points. So the first thing I'll do is I'll check and see if he has spades, right? I'll do that using Stamen. He does not have spades. Now I could just bid 3 no trump here, and then he will choose between spades, because he could have hearts and spades, right? He could be 4-4. But if I do that, if I bid 3 no trump and he bids 4 spades, then we got that fit. And where do we go? My inclination here is to show my diamond suit. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to bid diamonds, and I get support. So we know that he has at least 3 diamonds. We have 31 points, and we're certainly going to go looking for a slam right now. So I'm going to bid an ace control. Yes, it says I don't have the ace of hearts, but I have the ace of spades. Let's see what he does. And he asks for trump. He asks for blackwood. We're doing this in diamonds this time, right? So the ace and king of diamonds are answers. That's 2 key cards. Ace, and then the remaining aces are key cards. So there's 5 altogether, including the king. Here I have the ace of spades and the ace of clubs, and I also have the queen of diamonds, the queen of trump, and we actually have an answer for that, for 2 key cards and the queen of trump, which is 5 spades. And now he's asking me, says we have all the key cards. He wants to know if I have any kings. I don't have any kings, so I simply bid 6 diamonds, and he leaves it there. So the long trump hand is in north. Long trump hand is in north. And I have 5, dummy has 4. We have a sequence of ace, king, queen, jack. So 4 are out, and even if they were all in one hand, there is no way that the other team gets a diamond trick. So I have no diamond losers. Spades aren't so nice though, right? I have the ace of spades, but I'm missing the king, jack, 10. So I have 3 spade losers, right? I'm in a slam here, but if I don't figure out a way to deal with some of these spade losers, I'm not making it. Hearts, I got the ace king in the dummy, which are going to cover the 10-9, so no heart losers. And then I have 1 loser in club, but as I said in the notes, if you go back and look at the notes, you always have to look at the lead, right? Because the lead will sometimes eliminate a loser. Here he's led directly into my ace queen. The queen is the 4th hand to play, right? Which means that if the king goes up, I'll play the ace, right? If the king doesn't go up, I win with the queen. So I have no club losers. In fact, if the king of clubs comes down and I play the ace on top of it, then play the queen, notice that actually promotes the jack of clubs to a winner in the dummy. If I got a winner in the dummy, that means I can pitch a loser on it. So we're going to watch this carefully. We're actually rooting for the king of clubs here. Yes. All right. So that means when I play the queen of clubs, that'll leave the jack of clubs as a winner. Do I have any other winners in the dummy? No. But that means I can get rid of, on that jack of clubs, I can get rid of one of those spade losers. So I'm looking ahead, trying to get rid of the losers, making a plan. All right. So that still leaves two other spade losers. Of course, I can afford to lose one. So I have one spade that I need to get rid of somehow. Is there any way to do it? Well, sure there is. If you look at, we have a shorter suit in the dummy, right? Which means we can be roughing spades. We can lose one spade and then we can rough the rest. Not only that, because we have so many diamonds, I'm going to go ahead and pull. This won't be the first time I've made this error. So how many spades am I going to want to rough? One of them, two of them. So I'll go ahead and do this. It'd be nice if they both followed. They did. So no worries. All the trump are gone. All right, so I'm going to play this queen of clubs. I'm going to play the 10 of hearts. Play the king of hearts. Play the jack of clubs and get rid of one spade. And then I'm going to run a finesse here, just on the off chance that the king of spades is in the right spot. It is. So I'm actually going to end up getting all the right tricks. So I was actually playing. I could afford to lose that spade. That was not a problem. I was making, because I had two diamonds left to rough the two spades. So even if the queen of spades had lost, I was making 6. I ran the finesse because, hey, it didn't matter. If I won, I won. If I lost, I still won. You know? But here I got an over trick because of it. And now, of course, it's a cross rough. I can rough the spade. I can rough the hearts. And we can claim that. Making one more. So we made 7. Now, see, the planning isn't all that complicated. We simply, are accounting for what we're missing. I'm going to jump back in Sal's hand here. I'm going to leave the north hand. And some of these hands are probably ones we looked at in class, but I did want to do that. I was planning on giving you a movie of those anyways until I failed to turn on the movie machine. All right, so next hand, or did I already upload it? I'm supposed to be in Sal's hand. I'm in the wrong hand. Get in there. Get out of north. There we go. North opens a club. And I have 10 points and 6 spades. Well, obviously I'm going to bid a spade here. Now, one of the things that you do when you're opener, when you're the one that opens the auction, on your second bid, it's up to you to try to define your hand as best as possible. Right? The responder is almost always in the catbird seat. They're the ones that are making decisions, is the responder. And the way you make it easy on them is by showing what kind of hand you have. Now, when you bid a suit and then you rebid one no trump, you're saying you're a balanced or semi-balanced hand and you have 12 to 14 points, sometimes 15. A bad 15. Right? So I know that this is not a powerhouse across from me. On the other hand, I have 10 points and an extra spade. I would really like to play in spades. And the question is, am I strong enough to use some sort of forcing bid? Right? Now there's a little gadget that you're going to all learn. I'll probably mention it in one of the classes. It's called new minor forcing. I bid the other suit, the other minor in this sequence where openers limited their hand to 14. I'm saying, yeah, I know that, but I'm wondering if you have 3 spades. If you have 3 spades, it would really be helpful to me. And he says, yes, I have 3 spades, but he doesn't jump. He bids 2 of spades, which means he has 12 to 13 high card points and 3 spades. So now it's up to me to decide whether opposite 13 points, my 10, right, that's 23 points. Right? If you're just counting points, you'd say, well, I don't have 25, therefore I shouldn't go. So is there anything else to recommend my hand? Right? Well, we have 9 trump. That's nice. We have 9 trump. My partner is opening, and the most points that he can have in spades are 5, 6. So he's got 7 points elsewhere. Right? So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make an invitational bid, which I think would have to be 3 spades in this case. Yeah. I'm going to invite. I'm saying if you're at the top, if you've got a good hand over there with your 12 or 13, if there's something to recommend it, go ahead and go on to 4. And he did. Let's see what he had that he accepted that invitation. Well, he had the king, queen of spades. That's nice. And notice how the points that he has are located in a cluster of suits, right? We got king, queen of spades, we got king, queen of clubs, right? Having those sequences, as you've seen when we're counting losers, is really important. It helps a lot. Now, the king is, of course, entirely dependent upon what I hold. Right? If I have 3 losers in the kings, and right now from this queen of diamonds lead, we know East has the ace, then we literally would have 3 diamond losers, despite the fact there's a king in the dummy. Fortunately, I have the ace of diamonds, right? So now our little sequence, our tiny little sequence, means we only have 1 diamond loser. I have the 8 of clubs and the 3 of clubs, so I have 2 losers in my hand. I have the king, queen of clubs in the dummy, which means I definitely have 1 winner. There's no way that I cannot win a club suit, a club trick, right? So I have 1 winner over there, so that means I only have 1 loser in clubs. Now, we talked about this when I see this combination, right? I'm in that week 1 mode that we talked about, which is I am immediately thinking how to play the club suit, which is I lead at that king, queen. And if the ace of clubs happens to be in West, then I will get both tricks, right? I will get both tricks. Also, you'll find that even if West ducks the ace club the first time, he can't afford to duck it a second time. A defender in West seat will never duck the club twice. It's just silly defense, because you duck it twice and then self may be out and you never get your ace. So he will take it on either the first or second if he has it. Right? If he has the ace, he'll take it either the first time or the second time, which means I'm going to end up with at least 1 winner in the dummy when I'm void in my hand. So there's a place where I can pitch a loser, right? I can throw a diamond under the king or queen of clubs, whichever turns out to be the winner. All right, so I have 2 heart losers. Nothing I can do about it. So diamond loser, a club loser, 2 heart losers. I got 9 to the ace, king, queen of spades, so no losers there. I just need to find a way to make this contract. I have to find a way to get rid of 1 loser. So in hearts, is there any way for me to get rid of them? I mean, there isn't, right? I can't ruff them because I'm shorter in my hand than I am in the dummy. And right now, there's no place for me to pitch them, right? The diamond loser is what we call a slow loser. And that's because it has 2 honors protecting it, right? It's only the 3rd round of diamonds I lose, so it's a slow loser. Slow losers tend to be the ones that you can get rid of. The hearts are fast losers, right? All they have to do is play the ace and the king, and those 2 heart losers are gone. So I'm thinking that I need to find a way to get rid of a diamond loser, and right now the only thing that I can see helping us is a play in clubs. It's a play in clubs. I have to hope that West has got the ace of clubs. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to come over here, because if I'm going to play winners in the dummy, I need to have entries to get back there. So you save them up like special coins. I should not even do that. This was a mistake. I'm going to undo it. Don't look at the opponent's hand. So I won't look at his hand. I want an undo, which means I have to allow it. Robots don't let you have undos. Get a robot back in. Okay. I think that I should take the club. I should play the clubs first. And that's because I'm worried about entries. So we'll try. It's there. Wonderful. All right, so now come back to my hand and watch, as I told you before, what will happen here is that he'll play this time. He'll play the ace. And that's because he can't afford not to. If he doesn't play the ace, then I've gotten rid of 2 losers. He plays the king of diamonds, knocking out that entry. Now, we're down to our losers, and I'll do this in the middle of the hand. I'll stop and recount the losers. Right now, still have no spade losers, still have 2 heart losers, and I have a diamond loser. So I'm down to 3 losers. I've got 1 loser that I've already lost 1. So I have to get rid of that diamond loser, or the heart loser. It actually doesn't matter. If I play the king of clubs right now, my only worry is what if, let's see, we started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they had 8, right? And this is the 3rd round. What if they started out 6-2? I mean, is there a chance I'm going to get roughed if I just play the king of clubs right now and pitch one of my loses? And I think there is a risk. So I'm just going to take advantage of the fact I got the king of queen here. See if we can lessen the chance that I get roughed. What else could I do? I guess I got to do it now. Yes. All right. So I got rid of the losers. I'll play a diamond and rough it. And I mean, I didn't win the queen and jack. When I counted the hand at the beginning, I thought, well, queen and jack are losers, right? And in fact, here they are, and they're still losers. But I got rid of the other loser, right? And narrowed it down to 3, and lo and behold, I make my contract. And since there's no way that I would win either of these, I don't make the opponents think. It is a social game. So you claim. You get the queen. You get the hearts. I got to give you 2 hearts. All right. Let's try. How much time have we spent? 36 minutes. Yeah, 36 minutes. So let's do just a couple more. Do about 45 minutes here. This is the makeup review for me failing to turn on the machine, the movie maker. I use a software called OBS. OBS. I know, it's like named after me, right? OBS. OBS Ooger. 5, 10, 11, 4, 15. So 15, okay, so we got 15 points here. This is an interesting problem. We'll talk about this in evaluation. You have to name your hand. I call it name your hand. The first thing I do when I pick up a hand is I name it. I don't like to call it Fred or Shirley or anything. What I do is I say, is it balanced or is it unbalanced? Is it an invitational hand? Is it a medium hand? Is it a maximum hand? Right? I just give it a name so that I remember it. Now, this hand, I mean, if you squint, it looks balanced to me. Right? I could open 1 heart and then bid 2 clubs. I could rebid 2 clubs. But that bid shows a real wide range of points. It could be anywhere from, it could be an unbalanced hand with 12 to 20, 21 points. The other thing I could do is kind of squint at it and look, well, yeah, it kind of looks balanced to me. So, you may not want to do this with beginning partners and stuff, but I think there is a really good chance that most experts will open this one no trump. I'm going to go ahead and do that, which will ensure that I end up playing the hand. Okay, so I got 5, 10, 11 for 15 points. The 2 of diamonds is a transfer to hearts. And then they bid another suit. Ooh. This is a second suit. They got 5 hearts and then 4 diamonds. They're basically telling me to show if I like that heart transfer. I think I did. Since I have 5 of them, I'm going to show them I like the heart transfer and leave them room. And they bid 4 hearts. And I just feel like there's more to show in my hand. And this, generally speaking, when you open one no trump, the other hand ends up in control. You do something like I did, then you end up in a situation here and you're going, okay, so all I did was show 15 to 17 and said I liked hearts. I have yet to show them that I have king, queen, jack in clubs and the ace of diamonds in their suit. The only thing that's missing is is a spade control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bid 5 diamonds. No, okay, ace of diamonds, no ace of clubs, no ace of spades. Let's see what happens. Oh, I thought it. So we get to 6 hearts. Hopefully this was a good idea. All right, so we got Long suits, notice we have 5 in the north and we have 5 in the south. When we have an equal number, that means we have opportunities to increase the number of trump tricks by ruffing in either hand. Right? The long trump suit always will give you 5 tricks, or in this case 4 tricks. Right? But if you can also score trump in the other hand by ruffing, then you increase the number of winners you have in the heart suit or the trump suit. Right? So it's kind of nice to have 5-5. In fact, a 4-4 fit will generally play better in a suit contract than a 5-3 trump suit. And conversely, the 5-3 might actually score you more tricks in no trump than a 4-4 in no trump. So it's an interesting thing to keep track of, but it's nice here. We know that we can score trump tricks in either hand, and we can use that in our planning. We're missing the king of hearts, so we got one heart loser. I'm counting from my hand. We have one spade loser. We have no diamond losers, and we have a club loser. Okay, so I'm counting this from my hand, and because of that, I'm looking at the king, queen, fourth of diamonds, right? Which means I can play the ace diamonds, play up the king, and I have a pitch on the queen of diamonds. A pitch on the queen of diamonds where I could possibly throw a spade. If I throw a spade there, then I don't have any spade losers left, and that means if I could just lose the king of ace of clubs and not lose the king of hearts, then we're home free. Right? So the possible heart loser, how will I get rid of the heart loser? Well, there's 2 ways to do it. I could play the ace of hearts and hope the king fell, right? Or I could finesse, right? Basically, I'm going to try to turn a losing heart into a winning heart by virtue of snagging or hooking their king of hearts. And I think that's what I want to do. So I really want to be in North's hand. And I can't, the only way I don't have any transportation. Look, if I played let the ace 1 in the short hand, which we normally do in a suit like this, then I would have to get back to North's hand. Right? If I did that by the ace of spades, then when I tried the finesse, if it lost, the spade loser would be exposed. So instead, I'm going to save the king of spades as a way to get back to the diamonds. Plus, I have all those trumps. I'm going to win in the long suit, right, where I have, and then I'm going to try the queen and get the ace. So that's 4, 8, 12, and this will clean them out. So they're out. So now, what's the plan? Well, how about this? We can go to the ace of diamonds, go to the ace of spades, and play the winner here. Play the queen of diamonds and throw the losing jack of spades on it. All right? So now how many losers do I have? Well, I got to lose the ace of clubs, right? And I'll be able to ruff any of other clubs. Let's see, any like the 7 of clubs. If I play 2 to the king and then the ace, then I still have the 7 of clubs of the loser. But since I'm voiding clubs in the dummy, I can rough it out. So now I just lead the club. And did lose 1 honor there, but that's no problem, because I can simply ruff this loser. Now the rest of the hand is good, right? I got 2 good clubs. Okay, so what I did there was I 44 minutes, right? I set up a diamond in the dummy to pitch a losing spade. Right? So, and fortunately, the king of hearts was in the right position, so we didn't lose a heart. So we were able to lose the ace of clubs, and that was the only club that we lost. All right, so kind of started planning hands here. I'm going to make one more video before next Wednesday, and really going to talk about planning the hand. But we were doing that here. We were counting losers, and we were planning out a way to get rid of them. All right, but I'm going to talk about a couple other concepts that I think that you should start working on. They are the habits that most of the intermediate players that you play with around here don't do, but really are the habits of a good intermediate player. and we'll talk about those. And of course, they involve counting. So get back to the counting game, right? I don't. It's so much easier if if when the 4-4-3-2 comes into your head, or 7-2-2-2 just pops into your head when you see a couple hands, without having to actually sit there, count them on your fingers and toes, 3 toes. Okay, you need 3 toes to be able to count them with your fingers. Anyways, I think that's good enough for now. We're at 45, 46 minutes. So I'll get this out to you tonight. Sorry, we don't have a review of what we actually did. You guys were fabulous in class, so I'm really bummed out about that. And I will see you next Wednesday, and I'll see you in one more video before that. And I'm working on some notes for you on planning with hand. Again, I talked to at least one of your classmates who has ordered the Adam Parrish book, When to Play Trump, and I think that's a fabulous book. Bridge Winners Press, and I think recommend it highly. It won't break the bank, and you can keep it around forever. It has lots of good examples in it that you can work with. All right, so I hear the dog scratching at the door. Thanks. I'll see you later.